Hello there, folks. Hope everybody's doing good. Well, we're going to do something a little different. Figured we'd start looking at some of the gear I have and going over some of these amplifiers. You guys have heard this one many times. When you hear me playing electric guitar up here, I'm usually playing through that and this one, which is a Fender Excelsior, the brown one there with the tweed. Okay, so I usually play from my pedal board out to that one over there, and then this one's usually on the other side. This is a 12-watt amplifier. It's all tube. These were made in like 2016, I think. Fender's pawn shop line. So what they would do, I don't know if they still do this or not, but they make a limited run of just some random gear once a year, and they called it their pawn shop line. And that's what this is. And that's what that other one is too, I just showed you. We'll do a demo on that one too. That's really cool as well. So this was like a throwback to the space race, 50s, 60s. Here we go, Vaporizer. Here's the little hang tag, which is a sticker that came with it, still on the handle. So yeah, prepare to be vaporized. So what the vaporizer thing is a single switch stomp box that hooks to the amp. And what it basically does, it bypasses the volume and tone and puts everything on 11. Yeah, good way to vaporize your speakers and maybe your output transformer. I tried it once and it weren't for me, so I just unplugged it and kindly put it back in the box, and it's on the shelf somewhere. Okay, other than that, let's just take a look at the control panel. Now you have a normal and a bright, a volume, tone, and a reverb. And this actually has a pretty decent reverb tank in it. It's useful, and you don't have to crank it on 10 to even get any, reverb like a lot of them. If you don't dime it, you won't even get any reverb. But okay, so this has two EL84s and for power output tubes, and it has some, I think there's 6BQ5. There's two of those too for output, and then there's two 12AX7s. So two input tubes and four output tubes is how this is wired. It's 12 watts, and it has two 10-inch speakers. So this is the little cage that kind of protects your tubes. And like I said, it's pretty well built actually. There's the little reverb tank in there. I really like this amplifier a lot. I do. It's not super heavy either. It'd be a good one just to lug to a jam or a small club. You could play a small club with this, I think. You may have to stick a mic in front of it, but I don't think you would if in a bigger room, yes, but it's shockingly loud. It really is. 12 watts is a lot of tube power. So without further ado, I'll plug it in. I'll play something with single coils, and then I'll play something with humbuckers, so you get a little taste of each. Okay, let's get to it. That's as low as I can possibly get it without it cutting off completely, and it's still pretty loud. Okay, I'll turn the reverb right off. there is a little verb in this room on its own, but that's with the reverb on about maybe 2. So you can start to hear it really good. And it's pretty subtle, really. Okay, so that's single coils. Sounds pretty good. It's got a nice chimey sound. It sounds really good with singles, I think. Alright, let's see what it sounds like with humbuckers. I need to find a guitar with humbuckers. Whoop. I apologize for that, guys. I wasn't really prepared. So there we go. We found a guitar with humbuckers. Now the reason I test with both is because sometimes these smaller amplifiers don't really like humbuckers. They just start to break up and get real woofy at even any volume. Single coils really shine with these small ones, I think, but this sounds pretty good, really. I'm shocked. Pretty cool. You know, the volume's right down as low as I can get it. The reverb's on 2, and the tone's about half, a little over half maybe. It doesn't take much, and that's it. 3 knobs, and that's pretty basic and easy. You don't have to think about much. Dial it in, get it going. Now these will break up, you know, pretty early. It'll get really loud as they're starting to break up. It'll surprise you for 12 watts. It really will. Really fun amps, and really just a nice clean sound. It's pretty quiet. You don't hear no buzz or hum, really. Very minimal. I can hear just some speaker noise, and that's it. Other than that, I give her 2 thumbs up, because you guys know I use this all the time. Like I said, when you hear me playing guitar up here, it's usually through this and another one. Sometimes just one, but this one is always probably on. So there you go, guys. The Fender Vaporizer Pawn Shop Edition. I believe that's made in 2016. And you could get them in seafoam, you could get them in blue, and you could get them in red. So if you see any of them in, you know, different colors, that's what they are. They've been trending used. I've seen them from $350 to $550 American, you know, which isn't bad. That's you know, that's a nice little tube amp for the money. It's got a nice cabinet. It's well built. I mean, it's a tube amp with 4 output tubes and 2 input tubes, and it's well made. Like I said, you know, all the hardware is really nice on it. It's heavy duty, and it doesn't weigh as much as a small car, so you can lug it around, which is cool. I recommend it. If you guys are looking for a nice little tube amp, that's a great amplifier. I mean, if you're playing small clubs, you know, practice, that kind of thing, it's great for that. It really is. If you play a big club, stick a mic in front of it, you know, or in the back of it. Sounds good in the back too. I've mic'd it, you know, front and back. You can catch some pretty cool sounds in the back too. Alright guys, well thanks for checking it out. I hope this helps. If you guys were ever wondering about these amplifiers, or if you'd seen them for sale and just didn't know what they were, remember that red, blue, and seafoam. They might have made a gray one, or I was just looking at a bad picture, but it's possible, I guess. So anyway, the Fender Vaporizer, really cool, you know, for a working musician or a guy just sitting at home, or you know, you're in a jam band and you just guys jamming, practicing in your garage. Great for that, really is. Or a small club. Okie doke guys, thanks for checking it out. Hope you're all doing really good. We're gonna start looking at some more amplifiers here daily, so I have more guitars to show you too, so I'll try to work some of those in when we do the amp videos. It's a lot of thinking. I'm trying to remember which guitars I've showed you and which ones I haven't, but if you see some twice or 3 times, I'm old. Bear with me. Okie doke. Have a good one. See you soon.